the things that were required seemed obvious. And at least after I got into the business a little bit, going into it as a new leader, I had no idea. I was just happy to be there. I was happy to be a president of a global brand. But once I got into it, it was pretty clear that leveraging what was already there to ask different questions and making some tough and sometimes not popular decisions to drive growth, but also improve the business model in such a tough environment. Those things seemed pretty obvious, and the basics of what was needed to get there were already there.
Give us a few ideas about how you did it.
Yeah. One is just believe. I diagnosed the patient as having a deficit of belief. The franchisees were passionate, but they were waning in their enthusiasm. The team had been completely beaten up with several years of declining sales. Mall traffic declining. Remember, this was before e-commerce boom, or right at the beginning of it, what is called the retail apocalypse, which has definitely not been that dramatic, was only just beginning at that time. And so the problems were more economic than they were channel or retail driven. So first was I just believed. I went to the franchisees and talked about how powerful the brand and the business is. I rallied the team and showed them belief and vision and possibility. And I went on national media, international media, and talked about how powerful the brand is and all the many ways it was already doing more than people realized. And that belief, the diagnosis that there was a deficit of belief, and then leading with almost blind belief was the first way that I approached it as a leader. That was a piece of the puzzle. The second was being really honest about our capabilities. There was an opportunity to expand the business and the brand, but there were certain things I had to acknowledge were true. It had taken 20 plus years to get us to where we were. And that was a long time that I didn't have to wait to double the size of the company. It needed to happen in a different way, not just malls and airports. So we pulled forward innovative business models, not just innovative products, innovative business models, accelerating store within store concepts, putting a little Cinnabon inside of Schlotzsky's that had already started. We accelerated it. Putting Cinnabon products in grocery stores, on other restaurant chains' menus. These are things that restaurant companies don't do, right? Restaurant companies typically view grocery brands as a competitive occasion or other restaurants as competitors. And as a brand and a team, we agreed there was such a thing as co-opetition, that there were partners that were potential partners, but were viewed as competition. And we thought there was a way that we offered something distinct. They had distribution that would take us way too long to build. And if we could add value to each other's business, there was something real there. And that is in part how we doubled the size of the company, was through those alternative channels. So that was the second way, is a really non-traditional view of business model innovation. And the third was leveraging the scale and the experience of the parent organization. There were several other businesses in the portfolio that were run by other presidents, and there was an opportunity to have the humility and the curiosity to pull best practices in franchising, in product cost, in distribution, in technology that previous leadership hadn't fully taken advantage of. So there were many things we did, but those are three key areas of accelerating the growth of the business out of a very difficult time.